What if the September equinox wasn't just the start of a new season, but the start of a new chapter for humanity? On September 22nd, the sun enters Libra at 0 degrees, less than 24 hours after the Virgo eclipse. Together, they create one of the most powerful threshold moments of the decade. This is about endings, beginnings, and the choices you make now that ripple into your future and the future of the collective. Hello, sacred change makers. I'm Patricia, headmistress of the Cosmic Energy Academy, and welcome back. Here we explore astrology, tarot, and other sacred practices to help you align with your highest path and to shine your brilliance. If that resonates, be sure to subscribe, like the video, and share your reflections in the comments. I love hearing how these energies are showing up for you. The Virgo solar eclipse on September 21st brought a sense of completion. It was in the final degree of Virgo, asking us to release, to let go, to see clearly what has run its course. And then, less than a day later, the sun crosses into Libra. That shift is the equinox, the point when the sun enters Libra, 0 degrees Libra, that balance point between light and dark. It is like striking a cosmic tuning fork that sets the tone for the next 3 months. So this isn't just another seasonal change. It is a transition from the endings of Virgo into choice and balance, Libra. And what you choose now is going to set the rhythm until the winter solstice. So at 18:20 or 6:20 UTC PM on September 22nd, the sun enters Libra at 0 degrees, one of astrology's world axis points, a really strong point for the collective, for all of humanity, the world at large. This year, the equinox sun is opposing Neptune retrograde at 0 degrees of Aries, with Saturn nearby in Pisces. And so that alignment is activating the Saturn Neptune cycle, bringing in questions of illusion versus reality, Neptune versus Saturn, or truth versus facade, Saturn versus Neptune. So questions like, are we mistaking avoidance for peace? Are we sacrificing truth for the appearance of harmony? Where do we need boundaries to hold real balance? Are we not taking a stand, not speaking up, not doing what we might be being called to do in order to keep the status quo, keep the peace, keep the harmony? Some of us who are sacred change makers might have had years of doing that, having to kind of hide who we are, hide what we know. But this is no longer. This is the time. This is the clarion call. And if you've been feeling it at all, this is your moment. So take a look at some of that and see if those are some tendencies you might be falling into. Tarot associations. So first of all, Libra in general, the tarot card associated with it is the card of justice. It is the scales of balance. It is the sword of truth. Justice is not about keeping everybody happy. It is about alignment. It is about accountability and honesty. It's about truth. And at 0 Libra, we also encounter the Two of Swords. 0 Libra is the first decan or the first 10 degrees of the sign of Libra. And every decan, as you might have heard me mention, has a tarot card associated with it for every sign, for every decan. So 3 per sign. So at the first decan of Libra, we also encounter this Two of Swords card, which is the associated card. It is a blindfolded figure in the Rider-Waite system that is holding 2 swords across their heart. So this is a moment of decision. It is a moment of pausing before choosing. Together, these cards are absolutely capturing the energy of this equinox perfectly. We are at a threshold. We may feel this tension of choice within ourselves, the desire to delay, but the call is to step into truth. Real balance requires discernment, not denial. This is it, my friends. So, how might this show up for you personally? Well, in relationships, which are Libra, ask yourself, are your closest connections reciprocal, or are you giving more than you receive? A common tendency with some of us change makers. Choices. Are you choosing from fear or from love and possibility? And sovereignty. Are you outsourcing your authority? A common one. Or are you stepping into your own inner balance? This is something I teach here at the Cosmic Energy Academy when we start learning about tapping into intuition. Really important stuff. So this is the season to reset, to recalibrate, and to make those choices that align with the person you are becoming. So let's just pause and check in a minute. Where in your life do you feel like you're needing to rebalance right now? And drop it in the comments. You might inspire someone who's walking the same path and might need to hear that they aren't alone in this. On the collective level, the equinox is landing as anyone who's sitting here on Earth at this point in time into a season of upheaval. Pluto is freshly into Aquarius. I call it the cosmic kitchen remodeler. And as we know, in any kind of remodel, we have to destroy, we have to demolish, we have to pull out things that we don't want anymore, pull out the old fridge, pull out the counters, pull out whatever is not going to be used, is not useful anymore, is not working anymore, is falling apart. Rip it out. That's where we're at. We're at the beginning stage of the kitchen remodel. And so it's not fun, right? There is dust in the air. There's all kind of cockroaches are coming out that have been living there, the rats, whatever, that were living behind the walls. It's all coming out, my friends. And so we, in addition to Pluto, the kitchen remodel, cosmic kitchen remodeler, being in its early stages in Aquarius of its remodel, it's also out of bounds. When a planet is out of bounds, it means it has, when we kind of watch its path around the Earth from our perspective, it has crossed either above or below the Tropic of Cancer or Tropic of Capricorn. And so in this case, Pluto is out of bounds to the south. And historically, when Pluto is out of bounds to the south, it signals power shifting from top-down structures towards the people. So we'll see things like revolutions, protests, collapses of governments, and yes, revolutions in consciousness as well. Saturn is finishing up its work in Pisces, and so that's adding a layer of a reality check about truth, what is true, what is not. So we see this like truth surfacing in media, what's real, what's not. With AI coming into the picture, what's real, what's not. Disillusionment around stories we've been told all our lives, all along, that we thought were true, and the truth is, the true truth is revealing itself now, and we're finding that those old stories are crumbling. And deep questions about water, Pisces, about health, and our relationship to consciousness and altered states. So while the world might look really chaotic, which it does, and it is right now, we see leaderships falling, we see systems collapsing. Again, this has to happen. It has to happen to get your brand new kitchen in, right? To get the new world in. The deeper message is this: sovereignty is shifting back to the people. Hold on to that truth. It is coming back to consciousness. It is coming back to you. And you, my sacred change makers, are at the forefront of the pack. You've probably known it all along, ever since you awakened, or maybe some of us even from childhood, knowing we were here for something. And now this is it. This is your moment. This is our moment. It is so easy to get caught up in fear. We see these wars, we see genocides, we see starving children, we see instability, we see uncertainty, we see economies failing, we see governments failing. We see things that we really maybe suspected were there. Some of us knew were there, didn't want to know was there, but some of just the cruelty that we're seeing, just all kinds of things that I think in many of our lifetimes never dreamed we would see. But it's easy to get caught up in that uncertainty. But Libra is teaching us that balance, it's not about avoiding the conflict. It is about creating that alignment. So the real revolution is choosing your focus. Are you going to focus on fear? Or are you going to focus on love? Fear multiplies fear. Love multiplies love. The scales are tipped by your attention. Whatever you feed grows. Feed love. So ask yourself, which timeline are you feeding? Are you feeding the one where chaos dominates, where divisiveness dominates? Are you focusing on that? Or are you feeding the one where love and peace and community prevail, where community quietly reshapes the world? So here are some ways that you can work with this equinox energy. Some things to do, to take action, to help us feel like we are using this in a practical way. One is to create a ritual of balance. One way to do that would be to write down what you're releasing from the last season and what you're calling in now. Very simple. Another is to honor justice. Notice where you say yes when you mean no. Practice truth telling. And there's a way to do it in love and kindness. The other is to anchor into community. Community is what's going to save us in all of this. Libra reminds us we don't walk this path alone. We are here. Find your soul allies. Many of them are following this channel. Find those soul allies who help you stay aligned. And last but not least, another way is to practice focus. Each day, ask, am I feeding fear or am I feeding love? In those moments when you're doom scrolling, am I feeding fear? Am I feeding love? When you're in a conversation with someone and hearing things, am I feeding fear or am I feeding love? And if you'd like an extra layer, pull the Justice card and or the Two of Swords card from your tarot deck this season, this Libra season, and let them sit on your altar, on your desk, as a reminder of discernment and choice, fear or love. This autumn equinox is not just about balance. It is about choosing what kind of balance you want to embody. Justice asks for truth. The Two of Swords asks for choice. And Pluto in Aquarius asks us to remember power belongs to the people, starting with you. If this video spoke to you, please give it a like so more people can find it, and subscribe for more weekly updates, more education on some of these metaphysical processes that I use, and ways that you can step into your leadership as a sacred change maker. I would love to hear in the comments, what truth are you choosing to honor this season? Drop it below. And if you'd like a weekly reset to help stay centered during these powerful times, join me every Sunday for the Sacred Pause. The link is below. You need to register for your own personal Zoom link. And until next time, keep shining your brilliance. Bye for now.